Welcome, Taurus, to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing. I hope you enjoy the reading. It's a general reading. So in the first house, we have water element, which is sensing. So now the first house is everything to do with yourself. It's your actual body, your physical body, your vitality, and it's how you appear to others, how you come across to others. So it's your personality, your characteristics, and how you look, your physical body. But it's also your own self-oriented interests. So it's everything to do with the self, really, how you project yourself to others, how you make your way in the world. It's sort of your daily, how you output, whatever it is that you're sending outwards to others. So now with the water element sensing coming in there, what this is asking you to do is to just go with the flow at this time. So you need to be following your feelings and instincts at all times. There's quite a lot of this throughout your chart in this month. It really is about a lot of deep soul searching and contemplation and self-analysis, and then balancing that with action at the same time. So it's a bit of both at this time. So now with following your feelings and your instincts, you may not going with the flow. You may feel a little bit adrift, or you may not see into the depths of the sort of the current that you're in at this time. But just go with the current. Maintain your boundaries though, because there will be a few challenges to that. So you've got to keep your hand on the wheel. You've got to keep steering, but just go with how things are moving at this time. You may also need some time alone to just recharge and gather your resources. Take some time out and just float a little bit, because that's going to be very necessary for you. It's almost like self-preparation for the action period. So it's a time of withdrawal, where you actually, it's almost like a pause. Take time out, and then you start gathering your resources and just to recharge your energies as well. You may also be required to be compassionate and understanding with certain elements around you. But you can also bring in imagination, you can bring in creativity, and the arts. Any activity around that will be very good for you at this time, and it will help to balance your energies as well. So if you have some kind of artistic interest or a creative interest, or you just enjoy imaginative activities, then enjoy that. And that will help to balance your energies. You may also be want to spend time near water, bodies of water, whether that's the sea or lakes or rivers or whatever works for you. But it will be very helpful for you at this time. Then in the second house, we have Aries, I am. The second house is everything to do with your income, your money that's coming in. It's also your possessions, what you own, property, and your self-worth, and also your value systems, what you value in your life. With Aries, I am coming in there. As I said, there will be periods where you'll be resting, and then other times where you'll be needing to take action. And in this particular house, there will be action required. So in this situation, you're going to be needing to move ahead on something. But the best way to handle this energy is not to just go at it like a bull in a china shop. You need to actually have disciplined action. That is really the biggest and best way to use this energy. So move ahead, and you may need to move at speed. But it's disciplined actions. It's also getting things started. You may need to start something. Just avoid the dramas of others. Forge ahead on your own if you need to. And this card also brings in vision and impetus. It's actually the motivation to move forward on something. You may need a no-nonsense approach, direct, straightforward cards on the table. You may have to sort of jump into something quickly or move quickly to take advantage. There may be a little bit of a test of will coming up for you as well. So whether this is a money issue that's coming and you need to take action on it, or it could just be a very personal issue to do with your self-worth or your, self-belief, something like that, you may need to take action on that. But this is quick, disciplined action is required, or getting something started, something that you want to start. But as I said, you may need to just be doing that on your own. It might be better for you to be doing it on your own at this time. Then in the third house, you have Black Moon Lilith, mystery. Third house is everything to do with communication, all forms of communication, written, verbal, body language. It's also contracts and documents. It's also, it's also short trips, although I don't feel that is, it's more like long trips coming up for you at this point. But with Black Moon Lilith, a mystery, there could be something going on that you're just not quite sure. You haven't got all the facts. Something's kind of lurking. You're not quite sure what's going on or what the full extent of it is. But in any case, you need to be careful what you say at this time. Once it's said, you cannot take it back. So, you need to contemplate. Again, this word keeps coming up. You need to contemplate, go within before you express yourself. Just be careful with what you say and how you say it. Avoid reacting out of anger or bitterness or revenge. Or what you will do is you will undo the solid work that you have done. So think about that. You may need to stand your ground on certain issues, but use integrity with that. There could be something to do with a female in your environment. Either they are exhibiting a sort of like a rebellious attitude, or almost like a bitchiness attitude, or you just may see it, or that may be you putting that energy in. Try to avoid that. By all means, stand your ground, but do it, as I said, with integrity. You just may feel like something is off. You're not quite sure what's happening. You haven't got all the facts, or you may be waiting for something to happen as well. There's a little bit of mystery going on. You may also need to spend time alone. Again, as I said, just to, if you need to speak up about something, perhaps spend a bit of time, if you can, on your own, or just alone, or just go within to assess what it is you need to say and how you need to say it first. The third house also covers interactions with certain family members. So this can be cousins, aunts, uncles, and relatives of that nature. It's also siblings. So as I said, just be careful with what you say at this time, and also just go over your documents and your contracts, because as I said, something that just may not be clear, or you may not have all the facts at your hand. And if you fire off and say something out of turn, it could come back right at you. Then in the fourth house, we have Pisces, I believe. Your fourth house is your house of home, your physical home. It's also the environment in your home, the atmosphere there, and it's also your actual identity, your ethnic identity, or the foundation or the roots that you came from, like your family tree, your family foundation. It's all issues around that. So like early childhood, almost. So now with Pisces, I believe, coming in there, I think what this is about is having a bit of faith and trust. You may just need to spend time in retreat periodically. It came up before about taking time alone. It keeps coming up. And especially if it's in your home environment, you may have other people in your home environment, or somebody in your home environment which is stirring up trouble for you, or they're just very draining on your energy. Perhaps they've got complications or dramas going on, all these issues there, and they just may be draining you at this time, because you're a solid sign, practical. You've got wisdom, natural wisdom, and so on. They may just be taking a bit of advantage. It's almost like a victim consciousness, something like that. Or it could just be that you are under a lot of pressure, or you're just feeling like you need to retreat and withdraw a little bit and spend a bit of time on your own. So that's very helpful. And also just to find your faith and your trust as well, because you will be feeling very sensitive at this time. But with that comes imagination, creativity, and inspiration. So if you're artistic or you're creative in any way, that is going to be heightened for you. And so channel your energies into that, because that's going to be very helpful for you. You may be wanting to, you may be having, maybe you've got a studio at home, or you want to paint, or you want to do something at home, or you just want to redecorate even. It could be something to do with that, to make your home your place of refuge, or have a room of retreat. It's also about music and art, candles and oils. All of those all come into this energy. So bring that into your home to create an aura of peace and tranquility, a place where you can meditate and enjoy a bit of respite. As I said, you may have an influence in the home which is draining you or is complicated in some way. You just need to protect your space. You need to protect your own personal space, or have a space where you can go to just chill and be by yourself and enjoy a bit of downtime. Things may be a little bit clouded as well. Maybe there's some issues around your home which are uncertain. It keeps coming up. There's some issues perhaps that haven't been sorted out, or you haven't got all the facts. Things may just be a bit clouded, almost, like you're just not seeing, you can't see everything to do with that issue. It could also literally be water in the home. It's a water sign, and it's, you may have water issues in your home, or you may have had some kind of water issue, burst pipes or something of that nature, and you may be having to deal with that, or it could come in at some point. So just be aware that might happen as well. It's basically the rising of the emotions in your home, and that's all water based, but literally it can mean water in the home. In the 5th house, we have South Node, life's debts. So your 5th house is the house of children, whether they're your children or other children that you're associated with. So it's the house of children, it's the house of creativity. And that can be in all forms of creativity, whether it's writing or imagination, or the way you dress, or the way they speak, or the way you do your children's parties. It can be all kinds of ways. It's also the house of love affairs, and it's the house of recreational activities. So that's having fun and getting out and about and doing things with others. Now with the South Node, life's debts coming in, it's not a fun card, this. I'll be honest. So in that house, you're going to be having some kind of turning point, an ending and a beginning coming in for you. So something will fall away and something new and fresh will start. It's also a karmic card. So if that's something for you, something that you're aware of, karmic issues will be coming to light now, karmic things that you have to now deal with. So really, this is a sort things out card, really. That's what it is. You need to deal with anything that is unfinished or unresolved. You need to do that so that you can move forward, because this is about dropping emotional baggage, or dropping any kind of baggage, releasing it, dealing with it, and moving forward. You have to move forward. You must move forward in order to harness the best possible potential in this lifetime. You cannot do that if you're burdened with multiple issues and multiple baggages going on, with all different things stuffed in there. You actually have to methodically work through them and deal with them. If you're in any kind of a rut, you need to get out of it. You must take stock and release what is not working for you. Now, this could be for you personally, and it could also be that you're seeing it in your children. You may be seeing that coming up for them, and you are actually in it with them as well. So see how that flies for you. Or it could be, as I said, to do with a love affair, something that needs to be dealt with now. So take stock and release what is not working for you, or your children may have to do that. You need to get ready for what comes next, because this card is all about closing one door and opening another. And this door needs to be opened. It's your future. It's your future potential, the highest vision of yourself, or your children's highest vision of themselves. You will also possibly be meeting other people from your soul family. These are people that you have some kind of deep connection with. It's instantaneous, and it's a very comforting, and it's a very recognizable bond that you have with these people. There may be new friends or people that you're meeting. Just somebody will come into your life and you just have an instant connection with them. So they may be coming in for you as well, whether that's a love affair, as I said, or something to do with yourself, your own particular project that you're working on, or it could be something coming in to do with your children. But it's about overcoming blocks, obstacles, anything like that. You must get rid of all of those. You must deal with them and move forward. So if that's going to bring in this deep contemplation and self-analysis to overcome, that is what you must do to really make progress in this house. Then in the sixth house, we have Scorpio, I transform. Another get it done card. The sixth house is everything to do with your work, your workplace, your work colleagues, your work projects. And if you don't work with others and you work on your own, this is mastery of your craft, whatever it is that you do. So it's mastery of that. It's also your daily routines. It's your health and your diet, and it's also the house of pets. Okay. So now, with this coming in for you, you may just need to go it alone. And in fact, it's probably better if you do at this time. You're going to have to dig deep with this card. You really are going to have to do a lot of self-analysis and a lot of deep contemplation. As yet again, it comes up. This is a really dig deep card. You're going to have to keep toiling away on your goals, your ambitions, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. You need to be resourceful. You're going to be going through quite an intense and demanding time. And if you're in a work environment, just avoid power struggles. And if you have to do it, be very, stand your ground and be very, very clear about what you are trying to achieve. So there may be power struggles. Avoid any intrigues going on in your work environment. Anything that might be sort of lurking, or some secrets may come to light. Like I said, intrigues going on. Just stay out of it and keep your nose down and get on with what it is that you need to do. Money matters may also come up with this card, and this could be to do with the past. So whether you're dealing with furnishings or matters to do with like old relatives or something, but it's something to do with the past. Matters coming up, money matters coming up to do with that. It could also be taxes or financial matters to do with that coming up. But whatever it is, money matters are going to be important at this time. And if it's rolled up with your work, then that is going to be front and center for you to deal with as well. On the health and diet side of things, as I said, there will be you won't be needing time for self-analysis, whether you go for counseling or whether you tackle this on your own, or whether you go and spend time with therapists of all kinds, whether that's just looking after your body or just spending time in meditation or whatever it is. But therapy of all kinds can come in for you at this time. And it's about regeneration. So whatever you can do to support your body and your mind and your emotions during this intense period, whatever you can do to support yourself in that, very, very wise thing to do. So that will help to relieve the stress and any tenseness that's going on during this very important growth period in your work life.